The controversial rise of autotune. Why it ruined music. Do y'all think autotune has ruined music? Be honest. Be honest. How did she get into the boat? They said that, oh, she slipped and tumbled too. Of course. Okay. Do you guys think the autotune ruined music? Me personally? No. I don't think autotune has ruined music. I think there are certain artists that have relied on autotune instead of talent, thinking that autotune would carry them, not knowing that autotune in itself is a skill. Depends on how much they use. Well, you see, I don't even think it's that. I think if you use a lot of autotune, that's fine, right? It's if you know how to use it. That's how I see it. Right? Is like someone like T-Pain, for example, right? He uses a fair amount of autotune, I'm pretty sure, right? Granted, he is a great singer IRL. Like, without autotune, that nigga can sing, right? He uses the autotune for stylistic purposes. Jesus Elisma, don't scare me like that. He uses autotune for stylistic purposes. So I think it's different. Because if you use too much, then you're performing and don't sound the same live. Then okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. I can see that. I don't think it's ruined music though. I don't think it's fair to say it ruined music. Anyway,
saying autotune ruined music is an exhausted argument that old people have been complaining about for the past 15 years.
True.
Their assumption is that you can use the tool on anyone's voice and it will magically make them a great singer, which is only partially true. Look at this bad singer with autotune versus a good singer with autotune.
To the fire, to the limit, to the wall.
God damn.
Oh, I sound good.
Hey, yo, homie seducing me. Why you singing like that, bruh? God damn. Let me chill out. Let me chill out. Does she sound a bit better? Junior watches him. This guy? God damn, okay. Sing that shit, nigga.
Yeah, you know, I've been looking for you.
Holy shit.
Basically, the tool can make a bad singer somewhat tolerable and a good singer sound near perfect. But some artists use it for creative purposes. T-Pain is the artist most commonly associated with autotune, and he is actually a phenomenal singer.
I literally just said this.
He used the effect in 2004 not to be better, but to be different. During the beginning of this video, I want you to stop thinking about artists like T-Pain, Travis Scott, Kanye West, and anyone else who uses autotune as a creative effect. That's not who we're talking about right now. The artists in question are the ones who are understood to be good or great singers, but use autotune to achieve perfection, because there is a big problem with perfect singing. But first, a word from our sponsor, Kamikoto.
Okay, patrickcc.
800 years.
Okay.
Japanese technology and expertise has gone into create step.
Shout out to your ads though. W ad.
Kamikoto any.com/. Thanks, Kamikoto.
It's good to note that autotune is a plugin, a program that was invented by Andy Hildebrand in 1997. The word auto is important because the program automatically perfects their singing in real time. Shortly after, another similar program was invented called Melodyne. The basic goal of these tools: pitch correction. When an artist sings, they're trying to hit specific notes. If they miss a note, these tools will essentially force the sound recording up or down in pitch to correct the error. But missing a note is not an error. It's called character, style, color, emotion. Sure, if you miss every note or are constantly missing notes, you are just bad at singing. But the way a singer misses the notes is what makes them unique. Listen to the before and after pitch correction on a great singer's voice.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
You may not be able to hear a huge difference, but
yeah.
the version with Melodyne removes some of the soul in Bill's voice. Here's an example that is a little more obvious.
Let me go home.
Notice how that E4 note Michael Bublé sang is a perfectly straight line? This would be like pressing down on a piano. The accuracy is next to impossible to achieve by a human.
I'm just too far from where you are.
His singing just kind of sounds like noise, like a robot, no emotion, which kind of defeats the point because it's an emotional song. Here's another example.
When my eyes were stared by the flash.
That is true. I've never realized that. Autotune really does make the voice sound like robotic. Obviously electronic, but I mean like it takes away like the soul from it. I didn't really like click that consciously. I think subconsciously I have, but I'm realizing it now consciously. It does take away the feeling in the voice. It does. That's crazy.
It sounds very robotic and soulless. Now compare that to someone who is not using autotune. Now Freddie Mercury is considered to be one of the best of all time, but this singing isn't perfect pitch. You can see he's missing some notes, but it still sounds amazing, filled with emotion, with life. Perfect pitch removes the human element of the voice, but these days, human connection doesn't even matter. Not using autotune might actually do more harm than good. If human connection mattered, then electronic dance music wouldn't be as popular.
Yo! Fred again? Holy! Fred again? Fred again is fire. If you guys don't listen, Deja, that one song that keeps playing, ain't no love in the jungle. It's from this guy. The one with like Rico Nasty on it. The OG song is from this guy. This show, by the way, go watch this, please. This is a Boiler Room EDM show from Fred again, right? Fred again. This show is so good. He's so like this show is such a good set. Like this set is legendary. This set I think came out like almost 2 years ago. At this point, like 2 years ago. Absolute legendary set. If you like EDM music, if you like electronic music, if you like live performances, if you like really good vibes, I highly recommend you to go watch this. The channel's called Boiler Room. Just type in Boiler Room Fred again. Absolute amazing performance. Absolute amazing. I love it so much.
As it is. In most genres, it seems like the connection comes from the rhythm of the beat or the lyrics, rather than the actual voice of the performer. However, I think we can agree that hearing an artist perform their work with no effects makes us feel something.
I couldn't fight it. I'd hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me.
God damn. Oh my god, hold on. Oh my. Oh my god. This, yo, Craiggasms, bruh. That is me. That, like that breathing she just did. Oh my god! Oh my, have my children, bro. Wanna hear something crazy? What's up? Oh my, hold on, one more time. For the culture. Oh my god, bro. So good. Breathing at you? Damn, no. Specifically, Alicia Keys breathing, bro. God! No. Okay, listen. It's just that one little part is just so satisfying to me. My dad wanted me to be Alicia Keys when I was younger. Damn. Oh, wanted you to be like Alicia Keys, sing and play the piano. That pressure is like a bitch, though. That pressure is a bitch. I can understand. We never fell through with it. Wait, he did it? Hold on. Oh my god!
There's something special about a human that can sing so well. Even singers who don't have amazing pitch are able to evoke an emotional response to the listener based on the passion they convey.
Lord have mercy
Oh, he is? That's cool.
Tired of belling and running up, I gotta put the new bells inside of the freezer. Back at the trap, I was ducking them people, ducking the birds, sending out the eagles.
So you would assume that live performances is where you get to see all your favorite artists perform their songs in their natural voice. Maybe. Some singers are very adamant about not using autotune in live performances.
You got his guitar right now? Holy shit, that's so cool. That's really cool.
But sometimes autotune is applied to their microphones without them even knowing.
Yo, I know we're live right now, but I think you guys have some tune on my vocals or something.
Bieber's autotune was likely set to the wrong key, which was making his singing sound terrible.
I was about to ask
right
you,
key,
do you know how to play?
You may not have even noticed. But does a singer using autotune live ruin the value of the performance? Is it dishonest? When you consider they have to dance, engage the crowd, and pace themselves properly for 1 or 2 hours, they get fatigued and are likely to miss some notes. So a little help from autotune isn't the worst thing in the world. Think about the big bright lights, bass blasting through the massive speakers.
Apparently my granddad on my dad's side could play instruments without being able to read music. No one in the family inherited talent. Bro, I could play music without reading. Like, I don't know how to read sheet music. I learned as a child and I completely forgot. I have no idea how to read sheet music at all. But I could play the drums. I could piano. I've been seriously thinking about picking up the guitar. I've been contemplating that for a second, but let me focus on my neglected drum set before I move on to anything else.
Standing in the middle of a sea of people, everyone dancing and living in the moment, that is what makes the performance
That's crazy.
memorable.
That's
it doesn't
talent.
really matter what type of
That's
music
a gift.
is playing or who is performing it, as long as the energy and environment is right. Most rappers don't even perform their songs. They just play the MP3 version that you would listen to on Spotify, and they jump around screaming a few of the words.
True.
But rap fans still love these concerts.
They don't like it when you're telling the truth. I'd rather be realer than you.
And these fans are starting to
True.
encourage the use of the effect.
True.
The attitude towards autotune varies from genre to genre. In EDM, nobody cares. Daft Punk have been using all kinds of crazy vocal effects since their inception, and nobody ever mentions them. After all, it is called electronic music. In hip-hop, it was heavily rejected at first, but thanks to a few legendary artists such as T-Pain, Kanye West, and Lil Wayne, over time it became beloved. Now most hip-hop fans don't mind the use of the effect. In rock, pop, country, and other genres that have been traditionally dominated by talented vocalists is where artists get the most criticism. I mean, these are some of the oldest genres, where 50, 60, 70 years ago, your performance was everything. You wouldn't have a career if you weren't a good vocalist. These days, if you don't use autotune, it might actually hurt your potential. Kids and young adults will always be deciding what the status quo is for pop culture.
That is true.
If you don't have a young fan base, you won't be topping the charts. Young people have been so
That
conditioned
is
to hearing
true.
perfect pitch for the past 20 years that when we hear something that isn't perfect, it sounds unprofessional or unfinished. Since the industry standard has been pushed to use pitch correction, you have to use it to stay competitive. This leads people to believe that it ruined the music industry. Now the barrier to entry into the music industry is lower than ever.
Now I understand. Now I get it. Okay, I can kind of understand where people are saying it ruined the music, right? Because now it is a barrier of entry. Well, not really actually. Because anyone can use autotune. I to the point of going to live concerts if the music is just the MP3. That's because concerts do work for me. I don't know. I feel like concerts are more about the vibe than anything else nowadays. Like, I feel like concerts back then were like, oh, we're gonna go see the Beatles. Oh, we're gonna go see Queen. We're gonna go see System of a Down, right? I feel like nowadays it's more like, hey, there's a Drake concert happening. But we're not really there for Drake. Drake is an add-on, for sure. You know, seeing Drake perform. Me personally, never that. But someone else seeing Drake perform, like that's like holy shit, Drake, right? But I feel like it's more about the vibe. Yeah, it's about the experience of being in a room with these people and having that artist perform and feeding off of that energy. I feel like that's what concerts are more about nowadays. Is energy. It's based more off of energy. Yeah. Do not work for me. See, because I wouldn't see anything from my seated point of view, and I just get trampled. Damn. I'm gonna go see Beyonce. I think you told me that. I don't remember when, but I'm pretty sure you mentioned that you're gonna go see Beyonce.
Ever. Anyone can buy a $50 microphone on.
Hey! Shout out to my baby. Shout out to my baby. You know what I mean? Shout out to my baby. This is the first mic I've ever bought, and this mic has been through thick and thin with me, man. Thick and thin. One day I will upgrade. But for right now, it's just cool. Well, not yet, but if I do save up money, I'm gonna for her. W. Justin Bieber's real popular here. Still? Yikes. Couldn't be me.
Online, download or purchase a DAW and auto-tune and record a song, then post it on TikTok, go viral, and get a record deal. But is that a bad thing? If people like the song, then they like the song.
Yeah,
music
that's
is
true.
Subjective after all. However, some artists will spend years and years mastering
Facts.
their craft, only for it to fall on deaf ears, whereas others blow up by accident or off a gimmick. Does one person deserve more recognition than another? Should there be a new Grammy or award or category for real singers or non-auto-tune singers? Auto-tune is just another technological advancement that was bound to happen.
How I feel about that? Should there be split categories for non-auto-tune singers and auto-tune singers? Do you think there should be some difference between them? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's fair game. Like if you don't use autotune, you choose not to use autotune, and if you do use autotune, then you chose to use autotune. I feel like it's pretty fair ground overall. I think it's pretty even. Like it's a choice. Yeah. Okay. We agree.
Humans are always trying to make things easier, faster, more efficient. People think that singing is just a natural talent. It mostly isn't. It takes years and years of practice and training, along with maintaining that skill. Singers are constantly warming up their vocals, making sure they eat and drink properly, and trying to maintain their skill. But if you are pretty good, or very good, or kinda good, just slap a little bit of auto-tune and speed up that process. Because if you spend too much time perfecting your voice, there's a new singer that pops up every 6 months who might captivate the audience's interest, and they use auto-tune. The world is moving at an incredible pace, and greatness takes time, but people don't want to wait for greatness anymore. So most artists are not willing to take the risk and miss their chance at achieving their music dream.
God. Oh my God, that's... Yo, what a way to end that video. Holy shit, that was perfect. Post Malone is a great example of how a good artist can still sound unique live without blatantly hiding that their mic is auto-tuned. True. Post Malone is one of those artists that I feel like everyone at some point has had a song that they liked from him. Same thing for like T-Pain, obviously. But Post Malone is one of the more recent example of using auto-tune, but embracing it and not like letting it be like oh my God, auto-tune taboo, ooh. Like he wears it on his sleeves and it works for him. I don't know. That's cool. I don't know him. I think. You've probably heard some of his songs, to be honest with you, and probably like didn't know it was him. If I'm being honest, you probably did know. Like you probably didn't know it was him, but you probably heard the song. Most likely.